Alright everyone, welcome back again. Let's go check the terminal to see if we got anything else new. Oh, we do. One more. It's a Geofront Sea Sector Monster Extermination. Dangerous monster Divine Delph has been sighted in the Geofront Sea Sector. We asked the Special Support Section to deal with this threat swiftly. It's short, awesome. Hold on a second, let's go check if we need to feed the cat. And then we'll deal with that short little, what you call, subquest. Oh, I don't have a thingy. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna get some fish bait. Get some fish food, cat food. I don't know where I'm going. Alright, give me one moment, guys. We'll continue on in a minute. Alright, guys. Did a little fishing, got some cat food. Let's do this. I got mine one. Alright, now we're gonna head over to a couple of places first before we continue on with the subquest of the Geofront Sector C Monster Extermination. Let's go to Acacia. I'm scheduled to leave for Crossbow today. As I didn't have much time to pack, I couldn't fit this book anywhere. You can take it if you'd like. Ooh, yes, thank you for the sunshine, Agnes. Alright, now, Administrative District. Let's check out the police station first. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, hello everyone. Huh? You'd be the Special Support Section, correct? As I'm sure you've heard by now, the CPD is being restructured into a branch of the Crossbow Defense Force. There's currently a meeting taking place on the second floor that outlines the system to each of the section chiefs. We ask that you return to your base of operations and remain there until further instructions arrive. Sure. You're still free to move about on the first floor, but please refrain from causing a disturbance. If your actions are deemed suspicious, we will not hesitate to take you into custody. Dude, we're part of the Triple S. What are you talking about? Understood. Being awfully coercive. Yeah, don't think any of the others down here are fixing to cross them. Alright, let's check with these people here. Men from the Defense Force suddenly stormed in here this morning and ordered us to remain on standby. It was also sudden and confusing. I'm still not sure what we should be doing. I suppose all I really can do is wait for the meeting with the higher-ups to conclude. Oh, I can't have her scan my thing? Aw, shucks. Alright, let's check out that giant screen. That is one heck of a speech. I never expected Croy to go from mayor to our very first president. Not to mention all those bold statements he made against Erebonia and Calvard. If they've been feuding in secret within our state, do you suppose the accident back then had something to do with it? Down with Erebonia and Calvard. When was the last time anyone ever stood up to Crossbow like that? Compared to President Croy, our Diet members are all a pack of domesticated dogs. Sure, a few of them are on the more upstanding side like Speaker McDowell. But we've never had a leader this powerful before. Not only that, but he's appointed Crossbow's very own guardian, Arios McLean, as Secretary of Defense. I can't think of a single person better suited to be at the helm of our state's protection. Now we have nothing to fear. Our independence may not be a pipe dream after all. I'm sure everything will be fine as long as we leave it to President Croy. Yeah, with him as our leader, we don't have to be afraid of Erebonia or Calvard. Thank you, President Croy. You are a hero, President Croy. 3 cheers for President Croy! Hooray for President Croy! Hooray for independence! Hooray for Crossbow! Hooray for President Croy! Hooray for Crossbow! This is getting out of control. It's not as though I can't understand how they feel, though. Trouble is bound to follow if they become overly zealous. Well, I'm sure the Defense Force here will have things under control in no time. Anyway, we should go. Alright, let's visit Zitawa. Look over there. They stationed guys from the CDF in front of the tower, huh? And not just a few of them. This is where Uncle Dieter made his declaration of independence. This increase in security is no surprise. Is that you, Randy? Yo, Carter. I didn't even recognize you there, all decked out in white. So, they transfer you here from Belgrade? Yeah, they had to move some of us from the border gates to guard the president's address. Loggins is patrolling somewhere around here too. Cool. He was one of Randy's colleagues, right? Yes, I believe they were friends during his time with the CGF. Things have been pretty hectic since all of this went down. The guardsmen were all pretty surprised when we were told to put on these new uniforms. I know what you mean. We had no idea this was coming down the pipes either. They're looking pretty sleek though, almost like this has all been in the works for a while. Yeah, I'm sure the president has been looking forward to this day. The Defense Force is hoping to get some equipment upgrades too, so we've got to buckle down and prove we deserve it. Huh, right. The Defense Force soldiers seem to be in favor of this turn of events. CGF had always lacked things most armed forces would have. It's only natural for them to welcome these changes from their perspective. Oh, and in the case you hadn't heard, the Defense Force is shaking up the structure of command to be more like other armies in the continent. All current ranks are carrying over, but our day-to-day operations are going to be a lot stricter, like a proper military. I know you were pretty lax about using ranks back in the day, but I don't think that would fly now. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I wonder if Meryl will give me an earful for not calling her second lieutenant next time I see her. Ha! Not that I already hadn't been. Guess some things never change. Is getting under her skin all you can think about? Yeah, I don't think you'll have to worry about that anymore. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You said ranks are carrying over, so she'd still be second lieutenant, wouldn't she? That's not what I mean. There's something you should know. Meryl. Carter, watch what you say to outsiders. Yes, sir. Sorry, Randy. I'll have to give you the details some other time. If you don't find out before then, that is. Not sure what's going on, but my bad. Didn't mean to get you chewed out. Oh, good. Don't worry about it. That reminds me. Isn't the police going to be folded into Defense Force too? We'll be wearing the same uniform again in the near future. How about that? Ugh. That's one more thing to worry about. We should excuse ourselves. Yeah, let's go. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of prefer when they're wearing the clothes they're wearing now rather than uniforms. Alright, let's go see how Yona's doing and then follow up with that monster extermination. I can't believe this whole time in the... what's the lighthouse that there was another Geofront center. Alright, here we go. It's funny because I forgot the shortcut. I think I'll know what it looks like though. Is it this one? Yes. I'm trying to remember where Yona is. It might be... Oh, he's here. Wow. Alright. I was expecting to see him this soon. Let's go. Hold on a second. Next file. Go.
危険度大
Holy crap, 3 of them.
怖いです
わかった
I did not think this through. Alright. Screw it.
みんな一気に行くぞおう
任せて
Interesting. Hmm.
エニグマ駆動行きます
Analyze, please.
分析を開始します情報を入手しました
Alright, Divine Delph. Guardian Golem brought to life through orbital technology obeys orders without question. Interesting. Weak to water. Alright, perfect. Good job, Amico. Good job, good job.
俺の番だな
Alright, let's, Oh boy. Oh boy indeed. Hold on. Beautiful. Let's do it again.
エニグマ駆動
Uh-oh. Oh, paralyzed. Smart. Smart bomb. That's hitting hard now.
よし
That's hitting extremely hard. Oh, they're paralyzed. That's why I can't use it. Oh, you guys are smart. Okay. Are you kidding me? Oh, there you go. I was wondering. I'm like, I should be able to do it. But I may as well too.
これで決めるとはっとりゃライジングさあ
That should have killed him.
はい
Whatever. Okay. Oh, the one time I could use Energy Circle. Why? Alright, hold on a second. We can fix this.
ドライブ開始
See ya.
私の番ね
Alright, next is... Mercuria cures ailments.
エニグマ
Yes.
駆動
ありがとう
疲れましたさてと
Alright, next up is... hold on, who needs it more? Sparkle. Your way.
任せろ
Why couldn't it be both? No, hold on, no. 5,000. Oh, perfect. I was worried.
任せて
Wrong attack apparently. Thunder Cyclone, it should have been. Oh, what? Yes.
エニグマ駆動それ
負けるか
No one died yet? Really? Alright. Alright, Recovery 1. Darn. Alright. Who needs it more? Both of you need it more. So what if I just do this? Alright, I can't heal you both, which is sad.
エニグマ駆動それ
ありがとう。
Deflection barrier. Uh-oh.
負けられない。
Perfect. Now we're gonna heal you.
助かりました。ピンチです。
And you out. Perfect.
まだやれるえいはっ
And you missed.
そこ
What
だ
up?
まずいな
Alright, let's see if we can cancel his turn.
暗いな
Nah, if resist.
な
Of
んとかし
course.
ないと。
負けるか
Hmm.
Hey!
なんとかしないと。
Hydro cannon,
ド
go.
ライブ開始。
まずいな
や
That should have killed him.
あ、負けられない。
What's our health? Not bad. Okay.
ありがとうまだやれる
In the bag. We got him.
えいでやこれが俺たちの力だ
Shackle. Alright. Let's check up on this kid. Alright, hold on a second. Ornament. Oh, we're good. Oh, crud. This isn't gonna work either. What if I try this key? I'm not sure I've ever seen him disengage in a task. What are you doing, Yona? Huh? Oh, it's you. Something caught my eye, so I've been looking into it a little is all. Figured I'd run analysis, but I guess I got too into it. This one's a real doozy. Consider yourselves lucky you get to witness the great genius Yona Sacred at work. Sure, whatever you say. By the way, Yona, did you catch the speech earlier? Huh? What you mean about Croy naming himself president or whatever? I mean, yeah, I managed to tune in using the terminal, but honestly, I don't really care about it one way or another. Anyway, if you guys are done here, can you beat it already? I'm kinda in the middle of something. Well, you tried. The dude doesn't care about a damn thing outside the cyberspace as usual. Insolence is one of Yona's many bad habits. I'll see to it that he receives a thorough chastising for it later. Try to go easy on him. We bothered him enough for one day. Let's just come back some other time. Oh, what is this? Pizza? There's a note with a simple recipe attached to the pizza box. Piping hot cheese pizza. Alright, we can get out now. We took care of it. Hurrah. I think that was the only one we had, and then we can pretty much follow through with the story. To the Bracer Guild.
ごめんください
失礼します。
あなたたち
いやあ、ロイドたちか。やれやれ、揃いも揃ってしけた面並べてんな。
余計なお世話だと言いたいところだが、まあ否定はせん。
よりにもよってなんでアリオスさんが寝耳に水すぎるよ。
本当にそんな気配は全然なかったものね。強いて言うならオルキスタワーを訪れることが最近多かったくらいかしら。
そうね。あくまで今後のギルドの対応を協議しに行ってたはずだけど、まさかこんな段取りを話し合っていたなんて。
実はそのあたりをお聞きしたくて来たんです。アリオスさんはまだギルドに所属してるんですか？
昨夜いきなり辞表を出して遊撃士のエンブレムを返してきたわ。持っていた仕事は全部片付けて今後の対応策も出してくれたのはいかにも彼らしいけど。
そうだったんですか。確かにアリオスさんらしい几帳面さですね。
だがこのように唐突に辞めるのはさすがに問題だろう。しかもクロスベルトクリッツ国の国防軍長官などと。
こう言ってはなんだけどエレボニアの反応が怖いわね。資産凍結なんていう脅迫すらしてしまっている状態だし。
そうだね。共和国の反応も怖いな。
だがアリオスさんの気持ちも理解できないわけじゃない。
スコット、
どういうこと？
俺もアリオスさんと同じクロスベル市の出身だが、確かに演説にもあったような原因不明の不可解な事故は年に 1,2 回は起きていたんだ。本当のことはわからないけど、皆帝国か共和国絡みで起きたことだとはうすうす感じていた。
それは
まあここ最近はそうした事故は起きてないが、5年前アリオスさんの奥さんとしずくちゃんが巻き込まれた事故が最後と言えるかもしれないな。
ひょっとして
5年前に表通りで起きた運搬車の爆発炎上事故。当初はオーバルエンジンの暴走と可燃性の積み荷が原因とされたけど、そしてその事故に巻き込まれて奥さんのさやさんは亡くなり、しずくちゃんは光を失った。
そういう顛末だったのかよ。
断片的な情報はある程度は聞いていましたが。
それでアリオスさんは警察を辞めてギルドに移って。
私もアリオスとはその後からの付き合いだけど、彼一言も言わなかったけどずっと引っかかってたんでしょうね。そう考えると今回の大役を引き受けたのもようやく腑に落ちた気がするわ。
ミシェルさん、失礼は承知で尋ねますが、アリオスさんのスケジュールで不審な点はありませんでしたか？
え？
ロイド君、どういうこと？
国防軍の司令長官、いきなり引き受けるにはあまりに重すぎる役目だと思います。多分リータ市長、いや大統領との間で根回しがされていたんじゃないですか？それも最近ではなくしばらく前から。
ミシェル？
まさか本当なのか？
確かに行き先など報告と食い違っていることはたまにあったわ。あれだけ仕事を抱えてたら当然だとは思ってたけど、考えてみればアリオスが報告を間違うなんて不自然極まりないのよね。
それじゃあそうした時間にディーター市長とコンタクトを？
その可能性は考えられるかもしれない。ロイド君さすがね。怖いくらいの洞察力だわ。
いえ、失礼なことを言ってすみません。その失礼ついでにお聞きしますけど、そうしたアリオスさんの行き先やスケジュールの食い違い、半年以上前で 覚えはありませんか？
半年以上前ってまだディーターさんが市長にもなっていませんが。
そこまで前だとさすがに覚えてないんだけど、あ、でもあれがあったか。
あれ？
創立記念祭の最終日よ。彼仕事でレミフェリアに出張することになってたんだけど、それを急遽キャンセルしたのを報告し損なってたのよ。後で気づいて聞いてみたら、忙しくて報告し損なったって言ってたけど。何か気になるの？
まああの記念祭は殺人的な忙しさだったし。
報告に齟齬があったとしても無理もないと思うが。
記念祭の最終日。最終日といえばあれ。
それがどうつながってるんだ？
わからない。でも何かつながりそうな気がする。今まで俺たちが忙しさのあまり見過ごしていた点と点が。すみません、失礼します。はい、こちらクロスベル警察特務支援課で。
ああ、クロスベル国防軍特務支援課の間違いじゃないのか？
あなたは？
さて私は誰でしょう？正解された方には漏れなく豪華景品を。
くだらないクイズは結構です。一体どの面を下げてクロスベルにやってきたんですか？
やれやれ、嫌われたもんだな。派手なことになってるみたいだが、ちょっと会って話せないか？ま、損はさせないと思うぜ。
わかりました。どこに行けばいいんですか？
クリムゾン商会、いや元ルバーチェ商会と言った方がいいかな。あそこの会長室にするか？
地下のあそこですか？わかりました。
そんじゃ待ってるぜ。
もしかして行方不明のザオシとか？
そういえばこの前ランディさんがいなくなった時連絡をもらいましたね。
そうだったのか。
いや違う、帝国軍のレクター大尉だ。
あの人またクロスベルに来ていたんですか？
確かにどの面下げてって感じだな。
どうやら旧ルバーチェ商会で話があるみたいだ。赤い星座とのつながりを考えるととても油断はできないけど、行くだけ行ってみよ
う。だな。
虎穴にいらずんばですね。
準備だけは万全にした方が良さそうね。
あなたたちも大変そうね。
どうやら面倒な相手とやり合うみたいだな。
情報局のアラン・ドールか。恐ろしく厄介な若造らしいが。
厳しそうなら助立ちするから遠慮なく言ってよ。
そうね、湿地帯での借りもあるし。
ありがとうございます。
手に負えなさそうだったらぜひ力を貸してください。
Alright, I forgot to actually report the quest I just completed, so give me 1 minute. We'll get this out of the way first, and then we'll continue on, because it's getting interesting. Oh no, report. I still hold that I miss Fran. Your reports have been processed. Thank you for your continued service. Alright, perfect. we are good on that. Alright, hold on a second. I have to visit the cathedral. We got ourselves a hidden quest to take care of. Hold on a second, let me super save one more time. Oh, the reporter. Nielsen. Mr. Nielsen. Ah, is that you, Lloyd? This grave belongs to Lloyd's older brother. You were here to visit him, weren't you? That's right. There was something I wanted to speak with Guy about. You wanted to talk to my brother? Yes, I wish to tell him about the raid, the Declaration of Independence, and President Croy's speech. The people of Crossbell are all facing in a singular direction, irrespective of their own personal emotions. It is for that reason that I am opting to go against the grain and ponder the darkness of the past instead. Darkness of the past? Do you mean... Yes, I do. I'm referring to the murder of your older brother, Detective Guy Bannings. I beg your pardon? Guy's death? Where's this coming from? And why now? Or are you saying there's never been a more perfect time? What exactly is it that you know, Mr. Nielsen? Lloyd, Special Support Section. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like for us to head elsewhere so we can review that case together. How's that sound? Agree to his proposal? Yeah. Alright, if you're willing to, then so are we. Thank you for your cooperation. It just so happens that I have the perfect place in mind. Let's make our way back to the city. Inside Scoop, Guy Banning started. Out of curiosity, Mr. Nielsen, why come to Garant specifically? 3 years ago, Guy and I agreed to meet here for another one of our friendly exchanges of information. It was shortly before the meeting when I learned of his death. Oh, that explains it. The secret behind the cult incident, the arrest of Imperial and Republican faction Diet members, the election of a new mayor, the inaugural meeting of the Wezemeria Trade Conference, and the raid on Crossbell City, and now the Declaration of Crossbell Independence. While each of these events may appear isolated on the surface, in truth they are closely intertwined. In other words, they are all pieces of a much larger puzzle. A larger puzzle? Really? Yes, if we're one to unpack the bigger picture behind them, the rest of the pieces would surely fall into place. Doing so should shed a new light on the murder of Guy Bannings. This is why I proposed this case review. I understand, however, if you'd rather spare yourself the heartache, Lloyd. No, I'm alright. Lloyd, are you certain of that? Don't forget, time ain't exactly on our side today. We should get this show on the road. That's perfectly fine with me. Let us begin then. First and foremost, we should examine the conditions under which Guy's body was discovered. It was a rainy day 3 years ago at Orcus Tower's construction site. Time of death was estimated to be just past dawn, though the body was not discovered until later that night. As for the cause of death, it was a hemorrhagic shock. A bullet from an orbital gun pierced him from behind, straight to the heart. Ugh. Does all that sound correct? Yes, that's right. He was shot in the back? Damn, what the hell? Now let's reconstruct the scene of the crime at the time his body was found. To begin, there were signs of a fierce struggle throughout the area. However, the only physical evidence left behind was Guy's body itself. Not only was his favorite pair of tonfas absent from the locus delicti, but the CPD badge that he so proudly wore on his chest was missing as well. I've come to understand that this badge was recently recovered. Is it true that it was taken by a member of the organized crime syndicate known as Ravash? Yes, we found it in Marconi's office and he later confirmed it. The mafioso in question even confessed to lifting the badge off his body after the cult incident was resolved. I see. However, that was, as you said, after the fact. As far as eyewitnesses go, there were none. At the time of construction, work had been suspended and no staff were present at the site. The time of day and environmental factors were also unfavorable. It was the break of dawn in the midst of a blustery thunderstorm. Because of that, there was no reason for anyone to approach the scene, much less have witnessed the actual murder. To make matters worse, Guy never informed anyone of where he was heading prior to the incident. And that is where my trail goes cold. What you just heard is the entirety of what I've managed to gather up these past 3 years. That is, unless you have anything to add, Lloyd. No, I don't think so. You covered everything I knew too. Mr. Nielsen's penchant for gathering information never ceases to amaze. Yes, though in this case it would seem Guy was not just a source to him, but a dear friend as well. That may explain why he has such a vested interest in a cold case like this. Very well, why don't we move on to the case review then? If we're to unravel this mystery, we must first carefully consider our potential culprits. The obvious place to start would be to go over the most likely suspects, namely Ravash and the DG cult. Do you believe that either of them might be the perpetrator, Lloyd? Could Guy have been killed by someone from the Mafia or the DG cult? It was a member of the Mafia. It was a member of the cult. It couldn't be either of them. I don't think I remember reading about them ever going after... They disliked Guy, yes, but I don't think they ever killed him. It couldn't be either of them. No, it couldn't have been either of them. As far as the Mafia goes, Marconi denied that he and his men were responsible. Of course, his word only means so much on its own. But Joaquim told us that although he arranged for Ravash to kill my brother, they failed. Garcia Rossi admitted to him when Marconi tried to take credit. There's also no evidence that any of their subordinates went behind their backs to carry out the hit. Not only that, but Guy was also already investigating both Mafia and Joaquim. His defenses were up. He would never put himself in a position where either of them could make an attempt on his life. I just can't fathom that being the case. Gotta agree, chances are slim. Everything we've come to learn about the dude says he wasn't just ballsy, he was a damn good detective too. That he was. I could never believe for a second that he died fighting the Mafia or the cult. I feel just the same way myself. The elements of this case would appear to point elsewhere. The theory may have held water prior to the cult incident, but at this point we can safely rule out both Ravash and the cult. So let's move on down the list. Could he have been assassinated on behalf of one of the two major powers? By a Diet member from the Imperial or the Republican faction, say? Or one of the government officials they align with? Or perhaps a foreign intelligence officer? Do you think it possible that Guy's killer might fit into any of those categories? Was Guy killed by someone with ties to the Imperial or Republican governments? Highly likely, not very likely, it's impossible to say. I want to say it's not very likely either. No, I think that's pretty unlikely. It's true there have always been corrupt officials within Crossbelt with ties to the two major powers, and it's also true that my brother was quick to push against the injustices they committed. Plus, we can now say for certain that spies from both countries were making frequent visits to Crossbelt around that time. But as much as I believed in my brother, he was in no real position to touch them. They couldn't have viewed him as a serious threat. Unfortunately, you're probably right. As much as I hate to admit it, either nation could apply tremendous pressure on the CPD through the state government if they really wanted to. Especially under the old administration when Guy was alive. It would have been far too easy. Yeah, it just doesn't fit. Why go to the effort of luring out and killing one single detective when a bureaucratic red tape is effective enough as it is? A high-risk low-reward maneuver like that just wouldn't have been worth it, no matter how much of a thorn in their side he was. Huh. Let's say, and I'm just talking hypotheticals here, that Lloydsboro was in contact with one of those guys. He still wouldn't walk into an obvious trap. It's the same deal as the Mafia. I concur. Impressively deduced. I have nothing more to say on the subject. With that, let's move on to our final possibilities. Out of the sizable pool of potential suspects, you've eliminated every one of them so far. Tell me then, who else do you suppose could fit the profile of Guy's killer? Let's say Guile. Who else could be the culprit? Someone from Ouroboros? Someone from the CPD? A personal acquaintance. That actually makes more sense. It has to be someone personal. That he knows. Guy was still wary of them, no doubt, but it had to have been someone he knew well. That's the only answer that fits. Huh? You serious? And what brings you to that conclusion? Well, first of all, Guy never revealed to anyone where he was going beforehand. That leads me to believe that he was confident in his ability to handle the situation alone. The only reason he would feel that way is if he were meeting someone he knew personally. That's true. Whether the guy was asked to go there or whether the meeting was his idea is impossible to say. But considering where they met, an empty construction site, clearly whatever they planned to discuss was important. They didn't want anybody to hear what they were talking about. It's possible the conversation went sideways, that it broke down to the point of no return. Maybe that's where the killer took his life. And what conversation could that be? Honestly, I don't have the slightest clue. But whatever it was, it cost him his life. And that means it was grave enough to silence him over. I don't use this word lightly, but it might have been linked to a deep conspiracy of some kind. A conspiracy? When we began this review, you said that unpacking the bigger picture could shed new light on the case. At that moment, I felt like something clicked away in the back of my mind. Did you now? I can't get past the idea that my brother was closing in on some kind of secret plot. A plot concocted by somebody connected to the DG cult, the Mafia, the Empire, and the Republic, yet also separate from them. Whoever it was, they couldn't allow Guy to interfere, and chances are, that conspiracy is still alive and well to this day. Doesn't that sound like the most logical explanation? Connected, yet also separate. And you say this conspiracy is still ongoing? It's hard to draw any other conclusion. The killer is still at large after all. The fact alone is enough to tell me that whatever they killed Guy over is a long ways from settled. Mr. Nielsen? Sorry, was that too far-fetched? No, not at all. I think your reasoning is perfectly sound. Let me ask you this, Lloyd. As we were reviewing this case, did any particular suspect come to mind? One who could, in theory, have called Guy out to the construction site and murdered him 3 years ago. No, unfortunately not. To his credit, Guy was popular. Even if we narrow it down to those he knew personally, that's still a lot of people. That's true. And also, as this conversation was going, especially this poignant moment, I started suspecting Nielsen now. Because Nielsen just admitted that he was Guy's close friend as well. And if he's a personal acquaintance of Guy's, he could be suspect. There are also two other key details. His back was turned when it happened, and his tonfas were removed from the scene afterward. I suspect that both of those facts are vital to figuring out what really happened that day. Then again, if that evidence alone was enough to identify the killer, the First Division would have solved this case 3 years ago. That's a fair assessment. Unfortunately, not every clue has been revealed, and so the culprit cannot yet be identified. However, I do think one thing has made itself very clear. The only person who can uncover those final missing pieces and solve this puzzle is you, Lloyd. Mr. Nielsen. Right, and I intend to do just that. Ha! Glad to hear it. It's strange. I suddenly feel as though I made good on my promise to share intel with Guy here 3 years ago. I owe you all my deepest gratitude for indulging me with this review session. Not at all. If anything, we should be the ones thanking you for this. You're too kind. Now if you excuse me, I greatly anticipate hearing about your future exploits, Triple S. I get the sense that Mr. Nielsen was hoping to help us more than the other way around. He might be onto something, Tio. Keeping his promise to my brother may have been his real goal. I'm glad we took the time to speak with him. I can't help but agree. You said it. Now come on, let's get cracking. All that hashing out's got me fired up. Yeah, next stop, the Don's room in the Overvash building. It's time to see what information we can drag out of Lecter. Alright, good job. I still gotta say, he may have helped us, but I still feel like he could be a suspect. As much as I want to trust him, Nielsen may be a culprit. But we'll see. I could be wrong. It wouldn't surprise me. Third class, baby. Power Suit Z. Oh, it's that. Hold on. Hold the phone. Unique gear. Optimized to defend against gunfire. It would take away my thing. Why don't I give it to you, dude? Yep. Power Suit Z goes to you. Alright, everyone. If anything, I'm going to end it here for today. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, we're going to finally go to the Ravashko section and meet up with Lecter and see where it all pans out from there. So thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next one.